Yeah. So last time we had level up montages. We had you guys met the dude at the dock, the Craven Rom, who would unload that, repair the ship, unload the dwarven ale that you sort of, would we say commandeered? I'm not really sure how that goes.
Yeah, arguably commandeered.
If
It was
you
I fucking
acquisition.
stole it.
Yep, if you've murdered the people who previously owned the ship, I guess that counts.
Yeah, it counts.
What if
And-
what if we did?
They would have murdered us if we hadn't murdered them.
That-
They would have
that
taken
is
our
al-
ship. Well,
That
okay,
is
probably
also
wouldn't have taken
true, and it might have been worse than murder, but you're not really sure. Things can get worse. Things can always get worse. Y'all remember how
pillaging?
Mr. Stallone turned out, so things can get worse. But
Yeah.
you have that, and the last we had discussed, there's a new job opportunity in town that I think none of which actually happened on. No, it did. It did pop up in game, but I think you get a few more fine details.
Yeah.
So we are at a point where the party is kind of back from its training. I feel that you guys would probably have been back on world a few days, definitely less than a week. And y'all just together. Guess we all eyeball the Discord.
What things did we have sitting that weren't these job offers?
I think all you had was paint job for the ship, which was dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we all picked ultraviolet. Remember that, Ray Talk.
Mm-hmm. Steel trap.
Mm-hmm.
Scrap ship. But go on.
I think we were gonna paint it like the Milky Way.
No, I'm fairly certain we chose not that one.
We were going to paint just a rad wizard and unicorn on the side.
It's like that.
Fantastic.
Dude,
Let's
you're
fucking
gonna
do it.
The mystery machine on the side.
It's like a van from the 80s.
This game, if nothing else, is about having classical fantasy nonsense be basically the same thing but in space.
Oh, we should paint the wizards on it. Anybody else remember that movie?
Yes. The Boschke shit.
Yeah.
Just put the voice codpiece on it. The
So,
nose.
yeah, you had two messages. One was about the ship stuff.
Mhm.
So you got
Our cargo.
You got about 1,000 gold from it in just your group fund, minus. Where's the number? Minus 115 for ship repair, because it was fucked up when you got it.
Who's our group treasurer?
That's a great question for not me to figure out.
I volunteer as tribute.
No.
Yeah, let's give that to the pirate. What a great idea.
The pirate alcoholic.
The pirate alcoholic will probably spend half of it on goblins. No, I'm good.
No.
goblins and rum. Don't be stupid. Who needs hookers and blow when you can have goblins and rum?
That escalated quickly. But no, see, the reason I volunteer as tribute for treasury business is the fact that I'll make sure no one skims, including myself.
Yeah,
Yes.
But it's
trust
not just
that.
gonna be. It's not gonna be just me. Someone else needs to volunteer as backup to make sure we're all keeping ourselves honest here.
Heron, we got a bill today, and it's 10,000 gold at some bar called the Dancing Hobgoblin.
No,
Heron,
the
What?
card just says
The
staying
Rod just
leg.
looks white at all and goes, "Oh, I'm not the treasurer."
I
I
like
can
that.
volunteer. I am a calculator, essentially, so I could do that too.
I'm 16.
I love that it keeps coming back to that.
I'm running Microsoft Excel 2028. It's great.
That is not a point in your favor, sir.
I'm gonna vote with with Yasana there. I think seems like a safe bet. What you gonna do? Buy a bunch of books? No, hold on. Actually,
We didn't just go to Barnes and Noble today.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
the old Barnes and Noble.
So stare at another 3 books that I picked up today here.
Good
Sounds about
books,
right.
dude.
listen,
that's-
Fee's just gonna use it to bribe people, so it's probably not a good plan.
Let's just say that the books I'm looking for are priceless. So, yeah.
I'd
You
say it's
say
probably
that.
pretty safe.
You say that, but to quote a famous person in the 1980s, I believe it was, is everyone's got a price. No, okay.
Are you
I'm
calling
sorry.
me everyone?
No, everyone's got. Oh yes, everyone's got a price.
That's the every.
Every.
Hmm.
Still watching this training montage gif. I haven't stopped.
We need a montage.
Normally, this would be the point where
montage.
I jump in and like move us forward, but you guys haven't decided yet, so this is on you.
Is that a Snorlax? Like,
Yes,
Yes,
onesie?
it is.
yes.
Yep.
So
Okay,
are we
that's-
taking
that's-
this job, or are we just going to keep talking in circles?
We're going to
Which
keep
one?
talking in circles. I like that.
We'll figure out the treasury stuff later. I remove myself.
That's my
from the order.
favorite.
I'll concede defeat here.
Defeat to what?
Basically, as far as in game, I will give you that every team, every assigned team, does basically have its own private AG account for group funds. So, as of now, however you guys want to deal with it, the total is just sitting there. That's 1,000 minus 115, which was just deducted out of it.
885.
Yep.
885 left. All right, that's a lot of gold.
And
Let's
how
not do
you
that
guys
all.
deal with that? That's how you deal with it.
Couldn't we just leave this to Eshka?
No. That's
No?
not right.
Not this
Eska has
rough.
enough on. Yeah, Eska's got enough on his plate.
I don't need Eshka to tell us how to spend our money.
If
He'll probably tell us.
if your son wants to do it, that's fine.
Works for me.
I just want him to keep Hiren out of the Goblin Green Light District.
The Green Light District.
No promises.
Builder,
No promises.
So this is
Builder
the
will
group fund?
look to Yasana and say,
Hey, I'm more than happy to keep track of it if you don't want the hassle.
I think it's a certain kind of fun in trying to have the alcoholics in the group try and convince me to spend it.
Or we can just give
I'm
everybody
in.
their cut and have them take care of it themselves.
No, we should keep something for a group fund. I mean, we should keep some in there at least.
Since I rarely spend money on myself, like not at all, I'm more than happy to be the one that keeps the group fund secure.
I can keep all the money. I mean, I have a bag.
Okay.
literally
so
has-
we either keep all the money in one place, or we can split it among the party.
I believe we should have like a set aside like a backup, for group funds, like for the repairs of the ship and things of that nature. And then everybody has their own.
I'll also give this, if it wasn't clear before, currency is gold in the typical D&D thing, but as it is in the modern day, cashless, like essentially space debit cards and stuff, you don't actually have to physically have the gold on you. If that wasn't clear already.
And we should definitely only one person should have access to it.
Well, 2, in case one of them dies.
Sure.
All right, we take half of our cut, and we give it to Builder to save as a group fund.
Sounds reasonable.
I'm opening Excel as we speak.
You just hear the dial-up tone. Ding, 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 ding.
Let's see, 407 gold, 5 silver pieces, if I'm doing the math right. 407.5, approximately, out of 815. Or no, hold on. There's one.
Round down, put the extra into the account.
No, hold on. I'm doing my math wrong. Because how much was taken out for the ship repair? 115?
115.
Yep.
Oh, that's where I got the 15 from. Okay, hold on. Let me recalculate. 885. 442 and 5 silver pieces should be the about accurate estimate. Let's see if my math holds up. Because 442 and a half, and then another 442 and a half would make it 85.
The most dangerous part of Dungeons and Dragons. Accounting.
Math.
It's gonna be 85.
So we're going. It was 1,000 gold,
Minus 115.
minus 115 or 150?
115.
115. And you want to split that into 2, and I keep half, correct? Well, split the other part into individuals.
I'm just imagining a giant
Correct.
barbarian machine hunched over a computer, like
It's all in here, baby.
it just sparks.
Just like a little panel opens up. He's like,
Beep, boop, boop, boop.
So how much do we each get?
I haven't gotten that far in the breakdown. I only got to where we split the half of what we have left in the account. Group funds.
How many ways is this going?
There's
Phoenix
6
is
of you. There's 6 players in this goddamn game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people in a D&D game.
I
DM
don't
gets the
take a
cut.
cut. I don't take a cut, so it's 88. 88 gold, 5 silver per person.
Add 88 gold and 5 silver per person. Just because, to be clear, I'm not adding things on your character sheets like that because I'm not keeping track of all your money.
Fair.
Or your ammunition or nonsense like that.
Also
And-
fair.
I'm sorry, how many silver?
5.
Because thank God 5th edition flipped it from 100 to, like, there's... gold is 10 silver.
You mean to tell me 1 gold used to be 100 silver?
Yeah. And then 1
Oh.
silver was 100 copper.
Oh, that.
And then it gets into platinum and it's stupid.
Yeah, platinum is a whole other.
And
really
the measure of wealth was 1 gold piece is the amount that a farmer makes in a year.
Yep. Yep. Fantasy economics. It doesn't fucking work.
No.
Not even in the future.
Gold. Sorry.
Congratulations, blacksmith. You've sold 1 sword. You can now retire.
I think it was 85 and a half.
Okay.
So, wealth being distributed.
Mhm. How much does our room at the guild cost?
Zip.
Oh, okay.
Your members.
That's-
You almost died in GLaDOS's death trap. That was the
Yeah.
blood was the cost.
Okay.
We pay our dues in blood, sweat.
Man, I should make you guys pay dues like it's
I say, is there not like a
real.
yearly, monthly something dues? I mean, it's fine. I don't mind not having to pay to exist. Let's talk about fantasy. You know what I mean?
We'll just make it like my guild, and you pay quarterly. We'll just do that. You have
There
to
you go.
survive for like several months to have to pay.
Cool. Cool. We got plenty of time to save up for that. Then we can blow this all on goblins.
I don't like the uncomfortable silence after that.
Look, I enjoy a good goblin as much as the next person, but I am not.
No,
that-
Yeah.
you enjoy
Somebody
way
clip that.
Or more
Somebody
than
clip
the
that.
I would think a more appropriate thing would I enjoy a good goblin as much as the next person.
Aaron has to register if he moves too close to a goblin neighborhood.
So I
Wow.
think the only other thing that you guys had to do that was at least presented to you beyond things that you come up with yourself is
Was the Death Knight.
mission offer. Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was actually read aloud for stream. So I'm just going to do that right now because it's just sitting in your mailbox. It goes mission offer. Sender is Hell Knight Valis, which is the Hell Knight that you guys had run into before. Subject is just rescue mission. It's in the basically they come in the form of emails. Goes because one of your number requested updates on apprehended criminal number 5448613 parentheses Jeem and your involvement with their original crime. I send this offer. We have been following up on the goblins' crimes, and there are developments. Not only was number 5448613 is doing a part of a greater whole, but innocent lives are now on the line. The situation is complicated and politically sensitive, so I'm hesitant to give too many details in an open message, but suffice it to say, this is a request for a rescue mission. If you are willing, I will set up a meeting with my superiors and give you a proper debrief. While this is sensitive, time is of the essence. Promised reward, 3,000 gold.
That's at least 88 each. So we left off right after training. We've come to this. And essentially, did we like come back to this in our mailbox essentially? Or was this like some time has passed before we got the message?
I would say you guys were training for, let's give it like 3 days.
Okay.
And about 3 days after you got back, and are just kind of getting back into the settle of things, you got that plus the message about the ship repairs about the same time.
I'm sorry, I was saying Heron. I meant Alton.
We all knew.
Oh yeah, no, it was obvious.
I guess Fee will like pop out of like her room, her space, and see who else in the common area, and just be like, so about the Hell Knight's offer. Are we following up on the goblins who stole the crate off the train?
You know my answer.
Okay, Alden, I believe we want to do damage. They want us to do damage to them. Violently.
I hate leaving business unfinished, and as much as I hate having to fight goblins right now,
Or ever.
there's not, yeah, or ever, there's not much of a choice here. And if innocent lives are on the line, well, we may as well go save those innocent lives.
There's always a choice.
Fuck is Gorko doing here?
Yeah, everybody just turns to Gorko!
Get out of the room!
He's not gonna turn into Kramer, okay? As much as I'd like that, this Gorko just comes in.
You're too late. You said it. It's nothing. Well, hey there, Tatsu.
His hair's all fucked up.
Then, if we're in general agreement, should we contact him?
I believe so.
How much did they say they were paying again?
3 times what we made selling the ale?
Fuck it.
Selling
And then Tatsu just kind of stops and turns on his heel and looks at Olin. We are not saving Jim. Do we agree?
No, we do not. If there's even a chance to get Jim out of hot water here,
I
we
am
need
not
Jim out of
I'm-
water.
going to whatever the Hell Knights consider prison.
I believe
Because
he's
you
dead.
like goblins too much.
I'm fairly certain that they committed the result of the crime. The justice. He's dead.
If he's not
A
dead,
very
I will,
good point.
I will try and fight to get him into some.
What?
Now, listen. If
Rehabilitation.
he's not dead,
Okay,
we can ask if he can help us on the quest in order for a reduced sentence. Presuming he breathes still.
I have a different option. Could we leave Alton here if that's what his if he believes wholly in his heart that he should save Jim, which is fine, he can believe that. We should leave him here as to not jeopardize the rest of us.
If Alton goes, I am not going.
All right, fine. I'll leave Jim alone. If that means
Do
we can
you
stick
swear
together.
it?
Yes, I swear.
He gets down on one knee, grabs both of Alton's shoulders, and just kind of sigh, because Dragonborn. Just kind of
But you have to do it this way.
staring into his tiny little soul. Do you swear it?
Yes, I swear it. Shit. I'm not gonna do anything to jeopardize our mission.
Why does every
Oh,
D&D game just turn into
freedom.
anime?
Oh, this started as an anime, you son of a bitch.
Probably right.
Very well.
Builder, you seem to get on quite well with the Hell Knight, or at least not as poorly as I did. Would you perhaps mind reaching out?
I absolutely would. We have an understanding. I can absolutely reach out. Do you want me to reach out on behalf of the group or individually?
Perhaps on behalf of the group, if you don't think it will tarnish your current connection with them.
It's my understanding that Hell Knights see in pretty black and white terms, and I'm pretty sure they see me as a force for good. At least for now. So I think that to tarnish it would require a little more effort on my part.
Wonderful. Then I would say it would be best if you reached out on behalf of all of us. Lord knows we don't need any of the rest of us reaching out. Although I apologize, I'm sure Dana could handle it fine too.
I will reach out immediately.
Builder will leave the common room to go to a more private area to reach out.
It just so happens there's exactly that. If I can click on the thing. There's a bunch of rooms for debriefs in the AG. One of which you recognize pretty easily because it was the one you were in before you had your fun little adventure downstairs. But
it was a fun.
They're set up to do hollow calls, and things of that nature. And there's whole like holographic arrays for like more in-depth battle plans or illustrations and stuff. But you have access to, there's like a slew of these, so I assume call is made from there.
I will go ahead and arrange to set that call up and just record the message of what I assume is like a hollow message or
It is.
or some sort of FaceTime. And
It'll be very Star Wars in vibe.
This is Builder of the AG requesting correspondence with Hell Knight Valis in Crucible City in response to correspondence that was delivered about a potential mission opportunity. Please advise where you would like this debrief to take place. Me and my comrades will acquiesce to this request.
As you send like a message, it goes out and you're waiting for probably less than 20 seconds before an actual call starts coming through that would be live. And the person in question appears before you in hollow, still clad in the full set of armor, which you assume is basically how he goes about, uniformed every day.
I'm glad you didn't keep us waiting too long. Are you well? I assume this means you're willing?
I believe that is the consensus amongst my group. I can vouch that they are all willing.
This is good. I can only give a few details here over open comms, but what I can tell you is that this is a time-sensitive situation. It is a rescue mission. What I can give away over communications that are encrypted but potentially interceptable.
If I may, we have acquired a new form of transport and we're more easily able to meet in person if that would be more to your liking.
Excellent. That simplifies things. For the full debrief, we would ask you to meet in person, and it will be off-world. The short of it is, your friend Jim, he cracked and gave up some actionable intel of the individuals responsible for the reason of his arrest. My commanding officer that I'm now working under on this will give you the full debrief slightly off planet. If you are to embark on this, I suggest you equip yourselves for some time off planet, potentially survival gear. I won't say where this is over open comms, but I will transmit a location privately.
That is sufficient.
Excellent. The quicker we get to this, the more likely lives can be saved. I thank you.
And the call just hangs up. And there is on your personal communicator, there's like a bar that slowly starts filling up that is data of a location that is heavily encrypted. One of those things that you couldn't just like yoink off of the like intercept a message unless you were doing some high level Haran shit.
On that note, I believe we should probably see what they have for sale here to try to skip trying to find a shop to sell survival gear. I assume by that he means the rigors of space.
It takes a few minutes, but eventually the location comes through. The place you are designated to meet is not actually on one of the planets. It is on a ship, which seems to be labeled as a capital ship called the Venator, which appears to be in orbit over the planet of Thrak, which is well known to be the Orcish homeworld.
Oh, that'll be fine.
Oh.
I assume Builder will relay this information to us.
Good news, everyone.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, Builder will come back in and share the location that was pinged to him, and convey that we were told potentially that we will be off-world for a significant amount of time, requiring survival gear for those of us with anatomies that require it.
So, again,
Sorry, we're made of flesh.
we should purchase our stuff here so we get a jump on then at that point.
I think it's fair to assume that the AG would have sufficient starter survival gear.
Haran, you've been dealing with some tech here in the guild, right? Do you have or know of somebody who's got some disguise tech? If we'll be near or on Thrak, I'd like to not look so much like myself.
I thought we did that.
Yeah, we already did that.
I thought I fixed something for you.
No, I think
Yes.
you bought a better one.
No,
No.
It's alright.
Yes, you did, in fact, help fix up the piece that keeps me from being registered on a camera or other such scanning device. No, I just mean that Thrak is not particularly fond of drow at this point in time, and I would rather not travel amongst people looking very, very much as the recently removed overlords of their planet. Personally, I think it would just cause more trouble than anything else.
I don't follow.
I'm
Tattoo
sure we
smirks at you.
can. I'm sure I can modify on our way. I'm sure I can modify the projector you're already using to actually make you look like a normal elf. That would probably be easy.
Okay,
I
wonderful.
I think.
We should figure that out before we leave because
I think that would also be cheaper. You want to try that? But
I'm game. As long as I pass, as it were, I suppose it will work.
I imagine that they don't look really closely.
I'm just gonna sit here and eat up all of these assumptions. This is gonna be great.
Oh no, he's gone dark DM.
Anyway, if I'm gonna do that, can somebody perhaps buy my survival gear then?
Do you need me to work on the tech, or do you
I can
need...
work on the tech. That's fine.
So you're
Okay.
suggesting that Haran stays behind while everyone else goes out and gets survival gear and works on this thing to make sure it's done?
I'm
think
saying
that
That's the
that
bit.
yeah, that's
Okay.
that way I can work on it.
Because it will take some time. At least an hour, or maybe more.
Yeah.
Hour at the shortest.
How's the arm feeling, by the way?
He shoots his arm to grab himself a pair of screwdrivers. Then comes back to him. Works fine.
All right, if no one else is going to say it, I am. That's fucking cool.
Agreed. What size survival gear do you take her on?
Magnum.
My size.
I mean, like, are you dwarven small, medium, schmedium?
Dwarves are technically medium creatures. Dwarves. Okay, even to be fair, in D&D rules, dwarves are in kind of a weird space between small and medium creatures because, like, halflings and gnomes are actually small. Dwarves are short, but they count as medium creatures
Because we thick.
because they thick.
Mhm.
With 3 C's.
Three C's.
The 3 C's count for cake.
And I'm gonna dual class in paladin with the god of I'm gonna dual class in paladin with the god of throwing it back.
Tatsu. That's inspiration. You just got inspiration. That was good. That was really good. That was really good. So, okay, yeah.
All right.
I don't even know where that came from, but I'm glad it was funny. Inspiration. Fuck yeah.
D&D games should be fun, first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
The torment of my players comes second.
A very, very close second.
God damn it. You motherfucker.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
Thank Mark.
Anyway,
Fee will hand over her device for
Cool.
Haran to work on.
fantastic. Again, my size, please.
Just to be perfectly safe about things. If he's working on that device, should you really go out without it?
Well,
Um,
I assumed you guys were staying in the EG to buy the stuff.
There
Is there
are
a shop?
no vendors in the AG. It's
Oh,
all
I
outside.
thought there were.
It's all in
Okay.
town. Specifically
Okay.
because if like the whole point of shops being
Yeah.
cool with the AG being there is because adventurers will buy things.
I'm just saying we just got through with dealing with that.
which I would counter makes it all the safer to leave now, but I suppose that if you'd prefer I stay, I don't mind. I
If
can prepare things here.
I will not keep you here, but if you do go out, I mean, last thing we need is someone kidnapped. Again.
I was given the impression from a number of guild members that perhaps the concern that I hold about discovery of my presence is less warranted as a member of the guild. But I do take your point. I honestly, I think the guild backs us strongly enough at this point not to worry so much about that. I am simply concerned that if we are meeting near Thrak, that perhaps we will end up on the planet at some point, at which point I am more concerned then.
Damn it.
Your device totally is needed, and I understand that fully. I was just making sure you are aware of that you don't have it.
Thank you. No, yes, I think it will be all right. We could always just leave, other kidnapped goblins to lie where they land.
Do you need me to give you some money to purchase my suit? Or
We should probably take some extra fundage for your suit, yeah.
Matt, stop.
I missed it. I didn't even see it.
That's the beautiful
What? I
part.
don't know what you mean.
That's the beautiful part.
Yes, it would be ideal. Although I suppose I could let you know what it costs when we return.
I will reimburse for whatever you pay for.
How much exactly do you eat?
Me eat? I eat a normal amount.
Okay. And you probably want like somewhere comfortable to sleep for like more than a couple hours at a time, right?
I mean, oh, you talking about sleeping provisions? I have those.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a environmental suit in that fashion.
Indeed.
I mean,
That's
research
Bees
can
on
be
the planet.
research can be done on what you're walking into, should you choose.
Fair point. Ted, you work on that. You work on the device. Builder, you find physical provisions. Fee, you find food and other such sundries. I'm going to see what the hell we're getting into.
What provisions should I get?
Send the person who doesn't eat to get food.
I don't know that that's wise.
There's two people in this party that don't have to eat or breathe.
I'm more than happy to get food, but I will most likely underestimate what you need.
You stay here and research what the fuck we're getting into.
This is beautiful.
That's much better. Unless you want to subsist on rice. I know rice is good for you things, right? Is that good? And water,
Only if you
right?
have beans
Water.
also. Rice, beans, water, yes.
I wasn't even aware of beans. What is beans?
Oh.
They are
I'm
the
fucking with you. I know what beans are.
they are the
We-
little
we
things
need-
on the feet of cats, right? The beans.
The beans, yes.
We need a memorial board for the
I
we say. What is beans?
Okay, hang on. I need you to make a me and Builder looking for beans at 3 a.m.
He's gonna do it.
I'm on it.
He's gonna do it.
It's just gonna be like, is this beans?
What am I
Oh,
doing
God.
as far as all of this is concerned? That's a good question. So,
Right.
what's your thought? What should I do?
Toby. It's Toby. It's Toby.
You-
Toby.
Should come with me and help me stock the make sure that we are well stocked in our gear for the ship, as well as maybe like
No.
other
Oh my God.
ship things, ammunition,
Got it.
things
Got
of
it.
that nature.
Oh,
No,
hey,
like
oh.
Repair kits, emergency. I don't know. I've never maintained a ship before.
Oh, I can do that. I can help with that. No problem.
Keep in mind the amount of money that
Break.
you have to possess.
Break. Off to the city they went.
So,
Making my way downtown, looking for shit, buying a lot of crap.
Shops.
Oof.
Smith's tools.
Very small bean.
Okay, I need to pull up my character sheet because I need to stop looking at that adorable cat.
Yep. It's an adorable cat meme. Right under an ass. It's-
That's not an ass. That's a cake.
oh boy. So okay.
He is sus.
So Haran rolled a 3. Before
It's
we
the
get
constant
into it, let's go with it like this. What are you attempting to do?
Literally, I'm
that is
trying
the right
to.
roll for it.
Yeah, I'm literally trying to basically adjust her disguise to cameras to basically color her face to the color of a normal elf.
Putting aside how potentially offensive normal elf might be, but
I'm
you're
a
a dwarf,
dwarf.
so
I
I'm gonna
don't
go with it. Dwarf, I'm gonna go with it. So like wood elf, high elf, some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the subtle differences are. They
So-
look like
So it's
they
the
look
perfect
like
guy to
elves.
work on this.
So we
Excellent.
started with calling it a normal elf. Should it be the dwarves' mental image of what an elf
No,
looks
I'll
So
pull up an
Fee
elf.
is
I'll
going.
pull up an elf. Elf.
So the
Okay,
first
that
attempt
one.
that you do on it is the first attempt that I would say Haran would think would be pretty normal for an elf. So you see the hologram, and it's basically just Fee. Your skin tone's a little different, but there's like a full dwarven beard because that's just what makes sense. And you look at it and go like, no, maybe I need to keep working on this. I don't think this is quite right.
Quite.
So we'll give you a few minutes, and then we'll let you
Okay.
attempt again while other people are doing stuff. First result is like, I can do better.
No, first result is she says you should do better. Okay.
No, it's the
No, just-
montage, the trying on clothes montage,
Yeah.
where the entire team is just going.
We're-
No, this first one comes and like Fee gets like a little preview of it, and she's like, "Oh, I actually prefer a clean shave."
we're spitballing here. These are ideas.
I would try one of those fancy, the mustaches. I would try
Oh,
one.
we can do that.
Just
I will intentionally put in a curly Q. I will put in a curly Q mustache. Let's fucking go. Handlebar.
This is everything I could have possibly hoped for.
Every
Hold on, let me put on my disguise.
no, it's a normal. It's going to be a normal hologram, but every 12th second for like a little, like the 12th of a second, it's going to be a mustache, and then it just disappears.
It's a flicker. It's just a little flicker.
It's just a little flicker. Like, what the fuck was that? Nothing.
It's like subliminal
Yeah,
messaging.
give her-
Only.
Give her the
Carrier.
holographic walrus mustache, but she also needs a holographic comb for it.
God damn it.
Just real quiet. God damn it.
Can I just be Jamie from Mythbusters?
No.
And
Oh no. Hold up.
Oh my god.
this is beautiful. The Hogan? You going to do the Hogan?
The Hogan.
Oh man.
Oh.
I'm totally
Everyone-
not a drow, brother.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Is this beans?
So, who's going to do what? How am I going to resolve whatever it is you're going to throw at me? That's my only question as a DM ever.
Fee would start by going down to see the mechanic who was working on the ship.
Okay.
And see if he said it may take another day or two. See where we're at on that.
I would say.
And then find out other things like how many people actually fit comfortably on this ship. What kind of life support does it offer? For how long? What do we need?
So I assume this is Alton's involved in this too, because you're also assigned to do ship stuff.
Yes.
So you head to the hangar bay. Your ship, newly painted, nice and dark.
Yeah. inconspicuous.
Is it black 3.0? It just absorbs all the light like a black hole.
It's
No,
like,
the artist won't let us use that.
No,
Tint.
that's 2.0. We have to 3.0 is free use as long as you're not.
yeah,
Kapoor,
it's a DLC. It's a DLC.
It's a TLC color. Don't worry about it.
But you meet with Craven, and as for actually, hold on, I believe I actually have a bit for this.
Like if we're about to squish 6 people onto a 4-man ship, like we should probably at least have one comfy chair.
So the thing itself, there are several comfy chairs, but the item itself is 4 crew flying the thing at once and 4 passengers, so it can house up to 8.
All right.
Beautiful.
This thing tickles.
It's big.
Oh god, it's becoming more powerful.
Is it like William Shatner's toupee? The bigger it gets, the more powerful it is.
That's why Michael Myers has lived this long.
Oh, okay.
But there are specifically in the back. You spend a little bit of time going through the place. There are 6 bunk beds. There are there's a couple of tables. There's like a restroom area. You managed to crack open the map.
Exotic liquid high capacity tanks.
They look like there's a couple of computer stations. And like there's like a lounge kitchen area too.
Quick question: how big are the tanks?
The high capacity?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of the liquid tanks, and they're. Let me see if I can illuminate this a little bit more. So this is docking bay, right? I'm gonna start dragging and dropping shit over top of things to enunciate. This be the map of your new ship.
Ah.
Pull that shit up. There. Each one of those squares is 5 feet.
Oh, nice.
We got a big one.
It's actually considered a medium-sized ship. It's not a small one, but it's a medium-sized ship.
They could possibly hold an extra vehicle of some sort.
It's a
maybe pertaining.
It's a liquid tank.
I know, but it can be modified.
In theory, yeah.
You know, some kind of specifically draconian.
You're trying to have a mech attached to the bottom of this thing.
Fucking trying to have a mech attached to this thing.
I'm not gonna say this game can't turn just into Voltron, but we're not there yet.
Stop shaking your head, Seamus. You know Heron would love this.
What about that do you think he would love?
Giant robots.
Think about all the cool things you could put onto the battle.
Okay, well, he's not a big fan of battle, so.
Right. I'm just, what we use it for is not Heron's fault. I'm talking about specifically giant robots.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we could use it as a deterrent if nothing else.
You could use giant robots for anything.
Yeah, and I'm sure Oppenheimer just didn't feel any regret about the nuclear bomb, right?
Kind of a leap, but okay.
Really? Is it?
Kinda. I mean, any conventional weapon to nuclear arms is kind of a leap.
A robot is a little more than conventional.
Well, unconventionally conventional.
That's fair. Getting to the question at hand, however.
Sorry.
What exactly are you... No, that's fair. It's D&D tangents are part of the game. It's established. What are you guys looking for with the ship? The repairs are finished, so the thing is about as pristine as could be. Look at that beautiful Hogan.
Holy shit.
I love it.
Fantastic. So, Fee started off asking questions about like the life support systems and how
Life
we
support
can
stuff.
work
It
with
does have escape pods if shit blows up.
Okay.
There is sort of a kitchen that wasn't particularly stocked when you found it last because you absconded it from pirates. So there is like a storage. Basically, there's an ice box that you can put shit in. You're not going to be cooking really great meals on here, but there's the equivalent of like a small kitchen in like a microwave for on the road sort of things.
Chef Boyardee and ice cream it is. Got
It's
it.
kind of like that. As far as Alton knows. So for the wonderful things of D&D in space, because it's stupid, when you take magic and technology and put it together, it eliminates certain things. Like, you notice a lot of spells have, like, charges per day and shit. Yeah, your ship runs on an engine that does something like that. It's a per day thing, so therefore it doesn't actually run out of fuel. You'll never have to refuel the goddamn thing. That does not cost gold. It can just essentially function on its own as long as it's not pushed too far to a limit. You can do hyperdrive so many times a day. Again, depending on what kind of drive you have that you haven't really tested yet. So that's fun. But there are very minimal... let me actually look at this. I need to look at stats. I need to look at numbers.
So Alton asks, Gavin, did you see anything special about the ship that would stand out beyond the normal limitations of what a ship this size should have?
He kind of shakes his head. He's like, not really. As far as I can tell, this is basically just a cargo ship that seems to be mostly designed to move liquid cargo. They're pretty standard, like laser cannons on the front. For its size, it's nothing incredible, but they're passable weapons in a scrape, but it's not designed for combat yet. We can get to that if you need to. There was a panel in the wall that could move to the side. It looks like you have a little, like, smuggler's panel if you want to hide shit away. It was empty, by the way. There was a little bit of a blood stain, but we cleaned that up alrighty.
Noted.
But besides, like, a little smuggler's hold, looked pretty average looking ship, but it's also the kind of ship that can move pretty quick for its size.
Any hyperspace capabilities we should know about?
Yeah. So it is installed with a jump drive, and I don't have to tell you how this whole thing works, but the the jump drive is one of those ones from Teneron, so when you do jump, it's gonna be an adventure. Craven doesn't have to tell Alton this. Alton knows all about this shit, but Harambe, the person himself, has no idea how this shit works. In this setting, the equivalent, the hyperdrive stuff works kind of like Event Horizon a little bit, except with plane drift. Depending on which planet or company or whatever makes a hyperdrive, you'll basically plane shift into another plane of existence, or like right in between, to cut the distance. Kind of like if instead of going in a straight line, you can like shorten it by making a plane jump. Teneron is the planet that is closest to the sun, where all the tieflings come from. It also has a portal to Avernus on it, which is hell.
So in other words, we'd be hyper jumping through hell.
Or very close to it.
Approximation. We'd approach it, but never actually go into it.
That is correct. And also, on top of that, because it is that realm in particular, you do go more than a little faster than you normally would. It feels like the people on Teneron are very comfortable with the whole risk-reward style of travel.
So on a scale of Star Wars to 40K, how you're fucked is traveling through this?
Hold please, I'm being paged. Pull on my chair. Not 40K. It's closer, much closer to Star Wars. You're kind of in a plane hopping in a thing in between
Hyperspace.
but close to things. So there is a possibility, the longer you are in the different realm, that there could be encounters. Short jumps, probably pretty safe. Largely pretty safe. The longer you go, the more chances that things could, in theory, happen.
We should probably keep our jumps shorter than if this is Teneron make.
I hate it when Matt understands my references.
Yeah, that's dangerous for everybody.
So we have a smuggler's cubby. We have a Teneron build hyperspace engine.
Through your experience, you can see, okay, so we have a ship set up for smuggling and a hyperdrive engine that will go really, really fast, get things to places really fast. This was definitely somebody who was in the business of making things get places quicker than the other people could or would.
Well,
honestly,
certainly
sounds like John.
Yeah. Sounds like something John would have had. So this definitely wasn't a courier ship per se, but it'll do what we needed to and then some. Especially if we could retrofit it with some weapons later on, but that's a later project.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of bays for it too. We could make that happen. But as of now, she's ready to go. She'll fly. No more damage. The hull's patched up. I'd say you're good to boogie whenever you want.
Hey Fee, quick question about where we're going. You said we're going to somewhere that isn't so friendly to your people. Do you think
At this point, Craven whistles and starts to walk away like he doesn't want to hear what's being discussed.
Yeah.
Do you think we should get something inside our liquid containers on the ship to deter anyone from messing with us? I don't know, like a...
Do you want to fill it with napalm?
I wouldn't say napalm, but something that gets really, really cold really, really fast. You know, liquid nitrogen. breezed our way out. Or maybe one of each. A little napalm here, a little liquid nitrogen there. Deter
Whatever
anyone-
it is, I'm sure it'll horrify Heron.
I feel like I plan a lot as a DM. It's never enough.
How much napalm can we fit in our? Hey, you said me for
Please no.
provisions. No, I'm just kidding.
So a
So-
jar of alchemist fire is about this big. Oh, that's a lot. It would fit a lot of napalm. a ridiculous amount. It would cost a lot. And also make your ship very explosive.
It's so explosive. Man, you want to jump fast? You just wait till the extra boosters kick
Oh,
in.
That's why I was thinking more liquid nitrogen. So we're not quite as explosive, but we could still have something to deter any interference.
Don't we have weapons on the ship? Like,
And
Currently-
there's a little bit. There's like a couple of forward-facing laser cannons. Medium. They're not super impressive like the stuff that
We could work on that.
you can
I mean,
work
you know,
on that.
you know what's always fun? Heat-seeking cluster missiles.
When we have the money for that, absolutely.
Hey, I'll put my share
I'm
towards it.
vetoing this purchase as the treasurer.
valid.
There's a reason why I like Builder.
Builder, I need 6 million credits. Don't ask why.
Then you better go down to the green light district for a while.
Ooh, buddy.
Ah, he brought it back around.
Love it. Love that
Pretty
dress.
fucking good, man. I'm kind of
No,
impressed. Now I have to
well-
do work while you guys work.
Alton, the thing is, we're going to a meeting. I'm only concerned about the location because we will be close to that specific planet that I won't say out loud here.
To be clear, this
And
is a kind
so-
of a bustling docking bay, but you are right next to your ship, and nobody's like walking up to your car in the parking lot right now, just so you can get the vibe of what it is that you probably shouldn't be talking about as you wish.
Sure. Thank you. I don't actually know. I mean, we just know where we're meeting. So there's not much to plan for in this moment, beyond our travel there and back, and perhaps some extended travel along the way. I think we're more than capable as a team of getting ourselves out of most situations, and as long as we can get back to the ship, we can probably get out of most of them without having to worry too greatly.
All right, fair enough.
That said, there were some technical ship things. Was any of that stuff we needed to go and do, or are we just provisioning the interior?
Well, at this point, I would say we need to provision the interior, probably with a few spare weapons here and there.
Sure.
I believe Tatsu is handling the actual food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Tatsu will handle the food that we'll need in the kitchen to keep us happy and let us not waste away. I want to check out the smuggler's cubby just in case. Because I have a feeling we're gonna need it.
You
and we're
have a
gonna need it
feeling.
quick.
I have a feeling we may need to spit a small creature inside the smugglers.
Not gonna. Wouldn't happen to be goblin sized, would it?
Certainly not. Okay, well we can. Do you want me to stay here, or should I go start seeking? Perhaps what's our ammo load on the ship, or how does our ammo on the ship work?
Ammo on the ship is basically you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
The ship weapons themselves are just like ship weapons. It runs off of the power core in the middle, which again is a per day thing. It's one of those estimations based on like how like spells per day sort of work. You can probably get away with right now dealing with probably 2 combat sessions a day as it is now.
Okay.
And that's not like counting how many shots you have. You could probably like have weapons active and ready to roll probably a couple of times a day before things are going to start getting hairy.
Okay, and we did say there were escape pods. What kind of Oh man, this was a tech word that I know. It's like a stupid made up tech word.
All good.
I had to use for my game, and I'm grumpy. You know the thing that lets you leave in spacesuits? The spacesuits bits?
The environmental suits?
Yeah, the environmental suits, but I can't think of what there's a word I can't think of. It's fine. We'll probably need at least a couple of those in case there are repairs that need to be made somewhere without.
I can do those without a suit.
As a note, that is a thing. 2 of your party members do not need to breathe, therefore they can exist in...
Yeah, but our tech guy has to breathe.
That's true.
I mean, technically we do have a guy of tech, but we also have a tech guy, you know?
That is, all of those things are true.
And they could probably work together effectively if one of them didn't die when he left the airlock.
Do they have gravity like magnet boots or gravity boots? Either one of them or both?
Not in the hangar. In theory,
No, we will have to get some?
Would those be part of the environmental suits by chance? Presumably.
Environmental suits, well, you'd have to go to the store for it, but in general knowledge terms, not really. Environmental suits would only really be useful in deep space. And, yeah, so I suppose they would actually have grav boots, or, like, magnets on there. So, yes. They would.
We'll need at least... I'd wager we'd need enough environmental suits for those of us that need to breathe. In case, for some reason, the airlock, or the hull gets breached and the air becomes no longer pressurized, we don't want to die in the vacuum of space.
You don't want to die. Making assumptions.
Well,
there are many ways that Alton would love to die, and dying in the vacuum of space is not one of them. He would like to go out in a blaze of glory, though. Not much can be said.
Between 2 goblins.
Hey, 4 goblins.
He leaned into it. Shit. I love this game. All right. Ship appears to be ready to go. You go in to see what this little smuggler tunnel is. It's not really a tunnel, but in the it's around the back hatch of it. There is just a panel that moves away on the wall, and it looks like there's roughly like 6 to 10 feet long. It looks like it could be enough room for a larger sized person, say like Tatsu, to could lay down in that comfortably, or you could cram several people in together like that if they huddled, or crates, so 6 to 10 feet long. I want to say 8 feet high.
Okay.
And it's empty.
This would be a good place to hide some all kinds of things that we could surprise people with, as well as give any people we're helping advantage to defend themselves.
I am quite familiar with the use of such containment areas.
You are, in fact.
GM, what would I need to roll or do to research this planet that we're going to, presumably, for hazards?
The ship you're going to meet on
You're
near a
talking about
planet
the
that we may or
planet-
may not be visiting.
The planet above.
Yes.
Hold on, let me pull up my DM screen so I remember what your skills are. Because I don't have my own character sheet. Because I'm not cool like you guys.
I
You did that
got
a little too well, Tog.
investigation.
So there it is. Investigation, I would go, yeah, investigation's probably good. Yeah, that would be the right one. Oh,
Bad.
doesn't
That's the
give,
Internet's
second one
not
of those
working.
today.
doesn't give you nothing.
My
Doesn't
wife
give
has
you
that.
nothing. Builder has been kind of
Not a lot of places.
not a lot of places, and has been kind of disconnected in trying to figure out what is going on right now before them, and hasn't really paid a whole lot of attention to the wider political landscape or the solar system's goings on beyond this crossroads world you found yourself on. Thrak is a giant pile of chaos, a little bit. As expected, it is the homeworld of the orcs. They're the most notable inhabitant, I would say the dominant race, as it were. But also, all other kinds of fun things, like goblins, and trolls, and ogres, couple of giants species live there. It is very notably a jungle world, for the most part. Temperatures are considered much higher than they are on the world you're on. The local flora and fauna are known to be carnivorous. And there's a lot of talk on stuff that you just find like surface level. Recently, as Tfi has spoken aloud to you, so you already knew this, previously the inhabitants of Thrak were ruled by the drow that live on the moon of the planet.
Nixus.
And they have recently, as in the last decade, gained independence, and they have a war chief on the Council of Nine. So they are now an independent... It is an independent world, and tensions with that whole thing are kind of high, so Fee, you get... If you didn't have the context of why Fee was nervous before, you do now. The orcs and the monstrous races on it were very much enslaved before, but now have found their freedom. And social media has all kinds of things to say about that in both directions. Some of it's horrible and some of it's wonderful, although the only bits of truth that you get are there's still a lot of conflict on that world. There are a lot of clans of orcs, some of which are way cool with the whole, yeah, we're part of the Council of Nine, we're part of the bigger part of the galaxy, and we're gonna put our mark on it. And there are still some isolationists clans. There are still some who don't care about anything and are just generally chaotic and want to blow shit up. So to say that you are going to be headed into a hostile, volatile situation is probably an understatement. If you are to go to that world.
Which is only an assumption we've made.
Which is only an assumption you've made, but that's what you looked up, so that's what you found.
Sure.
That it?
Good.
Good. Who next? Who wants it? Who's doing what? Haran, make me another roll. Let's see how good the mustache is. I'll even move us to here because we're kind of in the wider city moving about at this point.
Ooh.
Better.
Nice.
All right. So at this point, you got the tweaks. What do you guys want her to look like when she has this thing activated?
Hold on.
Because you got it.
Hold on.
Oh, great.
I'll find something.
While we think about that, do we want to take a break? It's
We
about halfway.
do. I just saw that. So that is something we can come back to. We're going to take a quick... Be right back, everybody. And like 10 minutes or so, we'll be back. And we're going to see if we can't get this ship off the ground tonight. Thank you guys for watching. And, yeah, let me find my button. And we'll be back. Thanks.
Yeah, so then I was like, and, you know, with 4 sets of ears.
There's more holes to stick things in. mean-
yeah.
And
Which
that's
ear do
how
you
we
want us to
come
shove with the
back.
cactus?
That's how
You
we
know?
come back.
I mean, that's
Hi.
how we come front.
Hi, everybody, we're back.
I thought that was just how we come.
I mean, everybody's into something.
Good night, everybody.
That's our
That's
show.
all, folks.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh,
I think I shouldn't
like-
have given away Animaniacs as a potential anything for this group. Beautiful. I love everything about this.
That's terrible.
And
I
Luke-
can't. I don't have enough jaw for that.
you will now.
One.
What's the difference? I don't see a difference between you two.
These two pictures are the same. They're the
They're
same
the
picture.
same. Corporate needs me to find
It's-
out which one is different.
It's Bender, the slightly racist robot.
I like how Builder and Bender are just really close.
I mean, come on, is it really that far off?
Yeah, but that's a different story. One's
I
an
mean,
alcoholic.
Futurama's really good, by the way. Just as an
Yeah?
One's the alcoholic and the other's a cartoon.
All right, so we got some stuff done. Haran rolled a proper Smith's Tools check, so the cloaking device is now functional.
Yay.
And it can look like basically anything you like. Which you
I'm
have.
sorry, I'm putting my vote in for Chad Fee.
A handsome fee? Thank you.
I kicked around the idea like they could make her look like this buff orc lady. That could be a thing.
Are we
This
still
is
giving?
essentially a disguise kit, you know?
Yep,
We could do whatever we wanted out of this.
it is precisely fulfills the roles of a disguise kit, except with science.
Can I be a really tall goblin?
No, because
No, here's
If
here's
anyone
the
then
fun
also
part.
might be attracted to me, that'd be a
Here's the
problem.
fun
Yes.
part. If you tried to make that thing function as a goblin, you would look as short as a goblin. Like, so the top half of your body would be invisible. Or at least close to invisible.
now
Sure,
if that's possible, can we just make it into an invisibility cloak?
That's technically different kinds of magic tech.
Yep, one's a spell slot.
So as long, so let's
Now, you
make
could
this-
imbue a spell into an item, theoretically, to be triggered at a later time.
All right, let's make it into like a pixie, so most of you is invisible then.
So that's going to cost more because that's essentially changing from a disguise kit to disguise self, which is a what level spell? Because we can get, if we want to get technical with this, we can get technical with this. Versus invisibility.
Which is fantastic, but Haran's not doing that.
Yep.
Right, no,
What?
we're sticking to this disguise kit.
Yep. Level
Essentially
1
just
spell.
put colored makeup on.
Yep.
Oh god.
Okay. You guys can work out Fee's new do as you will. Who's doing what in preparation for this this jaunt?
Hey, how's the food shopping going?
I don't know. We haven't gotten to me yet.
Let's get to you. What place you headed for food? Because they let you be the one to decide what everyone's eating.
the
Well-
the lizard, the big lizard.
Meat,
Meat.
raw meat. I go
You
to
want me to
Space
help you on
Walmart.
this one?
Oh please, I would love to see a Tatsu Yasana shopping trip. I want to see how this goes.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
we're
Space
going.
Walmart. Let's go.
You,
Like the super centers with the actual grocery store in it?
Mm-hmm.
you got a Pagoda.
Friendly
We can
neighborhood
get-
market.
We can get all the food we need, the tents, the equipment, and a plasma screen TV.
We don't need that last one.
I mean, we could use the plasma for other things, but that's neither here nor
Oh
there.
man, this is is gonna go sideways all the way.
Of course, Tatsu's involved.
Fantastic. Okay, so what are you're looking for? Food and such?
I'm going to look for low
Non-perishable food.
yeah, not perishable food like jerkies, soda breads.
Unsurprisingly, in a place that is so close to the Adventurers Guild, field rations is a.
Stop.
Oh my god. That is Chad. That makes it worse. It makes it terrible. Stop.
Too much power.
This is what happens when I don't keep him occupied, guys. Buy the food quickly. So the short version of it is you can easily find a stall that is like, it basically has the equivalent of like MREs, sort of. Field rations that seems to be mostly designed for adventurers. Stuff that's easy to eat. It's not particularly super tasty or anything, but it will definitely keep you alive if you're on the road.
I love my my team, so I'm going to get everybody the chili mac.
I can't smell, so I'm okay with that.
I've had that MRE.
I don't need to.
The best one.
Okay, cool.
That's
All right.
that's a low bar.
Like
Stag
it's,
bowl.
It's
It-
MREs. They're already a super low bar.
I'm not saying they're
It's
going to
bar.
be good. I'm saying this is the best you get.
So rations for one day, a person to last an entire day. This isn't like single meals, but an entire day costs 3 silver a pop.
Mm-hmm.
This is per person?
One person per day.
Okay.
And you have 2 people who do not have to eat.
But does Yusana want to eat?
I don't need to.
Not this.
No.
Valid points being made today. Okay.
If Builder eats anything, it just literally goes into the
mean-
furnace.
I mean, she still remembers what it's like to eat, and all that. So, which is why she kind of came along. She's like, I think the you're gonna need some help with this.
Or is it like vampire where it just turns to ash? And then you vomit.
We all play vampire.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Something bad's gonna happen. I can
Mhm.
sense it.
So 3 silver a pop for a day's worth of rations for
How
a
many-
person.
How many days did they say? I don't remember, but I'm sure Tatsu does.
They didn't.
They did not.
They did not.
Extended. Potentially extended in a.
I would go for.
Actually, you don't know about the planet, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's cell phones. You could text.
Hold on, I
Builder
got
can
this.
text the information around.
Case.
4.
Don't forget the
Times
citrus. We
4.
don't want to get scurvy.
Space
concentrates.
scurvy.
Space,
Man.
space scurvy. It's like scurvy,
Alton.
only word.
Alton
Okay,
is basically
I
scurvy.
pay
drink a lot
the
of grog. Sorry, continue.
I pay the vendor 36 gold for a month's
damn.
worth of rations for
Shelf
4 people.
jewelry.
Please tell me it's not all chili mac.
It's nothing but chili. No, he gets the variety crate.
Do you want me to take that out of the group funds? Because that's definitely a group fund item.
I mean, Tattoo
You can be on the
didn't
phone.
talk to you about money, so he'd probably just pay for it out of pocket.
And get refunded.
Yeah, you can talk to him when you get back though.
It makes more sense for the narrative.
And then you can bum money for whenever you need that new fancy laser gun. So mark
Oh,
that
I
off.
should go. It's like I should call that grenade launcher.
Oh, please give me an excuse to get Sarge involved with this conversation again.
I'm
Oh.
gonna go pick up a grenade launcher. I got the money.
I will be taking groceries back.
You have
Go on
like
ahead.
a
I'm gonna.
a
I'm
classical
going to.
anime backpack with like Death Stranding, like it's stacked with food. Up.
Oh,
I was
this could
going
be a
to. I was
problem.
going to assume that they were going to deliver this much product.
That can be done. We can just do that.
Mhm.
We can just do that. It's just
It's a
sent to the-
lot of. That's a lot
loaded
of
up
chili.
on
Oh my
the
man.
God.
docking
You
Because
guys,
I don't.
if you're
I don't
not-
want to make. I don't want to make a strength roll for this.
bay. Yeah, that would be a thing.
It's like it's just like a corpse bride. You pull up the backpack and then both your shoulders just break off.
It's not. It's not like that. Come on.
Only because it's delivery. If it were DiGiorno, it might have
It's
been.
not all dead. She's just mostly
It's
dead.
not delivery. It's chili mac.
It's all just
Oh.
frozen pizza.
See,
See, half of the people here would do that.
All right, so bought that. Is there anything else you want to buy?
how do we do liquid? Somebody sneaking alcohol on board? Do we just go with water? Some kind of liquids.
I would say that's technically included with the rations because it's food per day.
Okay.
It would just be water, or probably water with one of those like little
Electrolyte packs.
those like little flavor
Yeah.
packets. Yeah.
Still suit.
No.
I go to the what's the Doom planet again?
Arrakis.
Arrakis. I go to the Arrakis stand. It's like, I need 4 still suits.
It could be worse. We could
That's
be going
fair.
water world.
Water levels, I hate those.
Dry land's a myth.
I love having people my age in these things so they get my references.
It was the worst movie I ever loved.
Yep. That is
I,
correct.
I also enjoy that movie.
It
It's
was
not
really
good.
bad, but I liked it a
Fun.
lot.
It's not quality.
The movie opens with a man
I-
drinking his own purified pee.
I like Dennis Hopper.
Yep.
Get out.
Fishman.
I like Jack Black in that movie.
Is he in that one?
I'm sorry, is he in that?
I believe he flies the plane at the end.
He
Oh.
does. It was
Cool.
really
I-
it was a weird time.
Like he's in a lot of things you wouldn't think of. Like he's
He's
in
in-
Biodome.
He's in Never Ending Story 3.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, him and the band Tenacious D is in Biodome. The movie, the Pauly Shore movie.
Sure.
I don't know why, but they're in it.
Yeah.
No one does. No one does know why, but
Jack Black was the pilot in Waterworld.
Yep. The picture's
Goddamn.
really funny. So
Why do
food
you doubt
acquired. Why do you doubt me?
We didn't. It's just some things you don't believe until you see it for yourself. You know.
Food has been acquired. What else are we going for, if anything?
EVA gear and swampy, jungly, provisional clothing and comfort items.
So I would give you that clothing for like jungle stuff would be functional, like with what you already have. Traveler's clothes wouldn't be out of sorts for that sort of thing. It's still gonna be fucking hot, but no clothes you really get would probably help with that. At least not enough.
It's gonna be warm, wet, and humid. And
Enough
I'm a
that-
lizard.
Enough that I would say for like everybody who would even want it all together, I would say it might cost you like 3 silver to get the equivalent of like Under Armour to wear under your clothing. They would keep you at least more comfortable than it would be, so less expensive than one might think. EVA stuff, that is a little bit more. I would probably say, let me look this up here. Yay space stuff, right?
Science can't move forward without heaps.
Is that 3 silver each for the comfort gear, like Under
3
Armour, or is
silver
3 silver
for
total?
all.
Okay.
So that would be probably 4 sets because Builder and Yasani don't give a fuck about nothing.
Probably.
I would laugh hysterically if Builder hit that humidity and rusted.
I wouldn't. We kind of need him in working order for them.
Out of game, I would laugh. In game, I would cry because everybody
I
loves
made
Builder.
of a
In game,
I
must
made
you
of a
realize
metal
that
can't rust.
well, rust monsters are a thing in D&D. I remind you.
I would cry.
I will
That could be
drive
a
to
problem.
Pittsburgh and kick your ass.
But as he said, Warforged are made of metal that cannot rust. All his cool weapons can.
Ooh.
That's why rust monsters suck. A EVA
Okay, I want a
suit-
pair of mud flaps for Builder.
a EVA suit is going to cost because it doesn't really provide much armor, but it is fully sealed with, again, a day's worth of oxygen in it. It's 10 gold a piece for an EVA suit, and that also comes with the oxygen supply, and it also comes with mag boots. So if you need to walk on the outside of your ship, you can do so slowly, but it's possible.
Additionally, we'll need tethers and tie-outs for secondary security on the ship.
I'm going
as far
to say
as for extravehicular.
that will fall squarely into the ye old D&D category of that's just rope.
Okay.
So rope in there's silk and hempen, so there's not bad quality, but lesser quality rope for 1 gold per 50 feet. The high quality shit is 10 gold per 50 feet, and it shit won't break.
Oh, we're doing
Sure.
high quality. We're not risking losing someone on the outside.
No, yeah, this is keeping our people. So,
So
we'll do what 20 gold's worth of silken rope, lightweight, sturdier.
okay, so I will
that puts us-
actually that is something I can easily add to Fee's character sheet. So with Roll20, so I will just drag and drop 100
Okay.
feet of it'll say silken rope, which our sci-fi version of that is essentially like high test cable.
And then what else do we have going? We have the gear. We have survival clothing, or we have comfort clothing. We have. She'll send a group message and ask if everybody has like a water skin or not to carry with them, or a camelback, or whatever the future tech version of carry water on your body in the jungle on a hike.
I mean, Raytog's right. It's super gross, but still suit is fucking useful.
Yep, it's gross. It works. But again, in your in the rations, liquid is included. So if you want like a camel pack and stuff, I'll even say that's not like an additional cost. That's just like part of the stuff that you'd pick up. I would say
Adventurers gear.
I would say that would actually come with the
Ron will message you
the
back.
temperature
I have
suit
one.
that you picked up.
Under Armour, sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Word.
All right.
I look at perhaps a magic shop and see if they carry rings of sustenance.
Okay, so we got a few options here. This is my favorite part of the show. So you have a couple of options here. In the Adventurers Guild kind of like shoppy area, there's like 1 or 2 magic shops. You've been to 2. there's one that is just slated as the Southside Spellworks, which looks a little more upscale, a little more geared towards higher end customers. And then there was that one place that you went to before that is just down the road. This is Juanita's Mostly Legal Goods that was run by the Ghoul Lady.
Was our Lich Friends business on a different planet, or was that?
That was on this planet, but they moved out right after that.
Fair.
They're
You
done.
know, that's reasonable. Maybe saved her husband. I mean, okay, I suppose I probably would leave the hate crime area too.
And Tatsu did see that there were several magic items. That's actually where you picked up some of your
Illegal tech.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't I get a tinker to sobriety?
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Oh, shit. Oh.
You can use it to cheat in winning drinking contests, but not have any fun. But that's the downside. You don't have any fun.
And there
I mean,
was...
once everybody else is drunk, you can take your ring off and start actually drinking. It'll be fine.
That's true.
You'll win.
And there was a third option.
Nope. That's
No,
pretty much
that's it.
it.
Oh yeah, we
Because
go to
you've
the
been
illegal good.
No, Juanita's illegal goods. Excellent.
Quotation marks.
Technically legal.
It literally is a neon sign that is Juanita's Mostly Legal Gear, and sometimes the mostly flickers in and out. And so Tatsu's going off to do this. Yasana was with Tatsu. Is Yasana going too in this little adventure, or is Tatsu being left unattended on this? I gotta know.
That's up to you. You can follow, but Tatsu's going here either way.
I'll tag along.
Excellent.
Chaperone.
Excellent. He's 17.
I'm 17.
And like 3 feet taller than her.
Yep.
Oh, my friend in my vampire game, the amazing amount of circumstances happened to where him and his the vampire he turned are having a kid, a Demphier.
Okay.
Oh.
Now I'm concerned.
And he drew a little comic, and it's just him, his character holding a little girl, and just like, I'm Valak. This is my daughter. And then she goes, I'm 5. She's 5.
We're getting kind of close to that.
Anyway, we arrive at these.
It's a very ramshackle looking little shop. It's like basically steel walls and steel shelves. There's very little done that wasn't by the hands of the shopkeep, who is behind the counter. If you had forgotten, she is definitely a ghoul in D&D terms. It's you guys again. How you doing?
We're doing just fine. We have a mission coming up in Might. I was wondering if you could help us with a few items.
I mean, that's like the point of the whole shop. Come on, check it out. And kind of like walks around the corner, and you see as you move into the shop. Actually, I'm gonna say this. Give me both Tatsu and Yasana. Give me perception checks. I just want to see how this goes.
Perception checks.
Perception
checks. He wants a fucking perception check.
I do.
Okay.
Mostly, I just want to see if Tatsu sees this, because that's where it's going to get interesting. Okay.
Probably not.
Excellent. So Yasana sees the sign on one of the counters. That's that looked like it originally said cursed items, but the word not has been sharpied in front of it. Tatsu doesn't see that part. What Tatsu sees is a little box about this big-ish, and over it is a sign that very clearly reads "Infinite Wealth."
I'm going to roll an intelligence check.
Please do.
I don't want to roll an intelligence check.
That's above average. It's there.
He just points at the box like, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Oh, that. And Juanita kind of goes over. She looks like she's really proud of this one. There was a vampire lord a few years back. And they developed this. Yeah, opens the box. And in the box, it's like a mahogany box with like a velvet inlay and stuff. And in it, there are just two, basically a pair of dice. Like just D6s, like gaming dice. From what I was told, you roll these once a day. Whatever you get, that's the wealth that you'll get under your pillow when you wake up the next day. Just materializes.
And
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. I can't like attune to the stuff in my shop. Otherwise, I can't really sell it.
So what happened to this vampire lord?
Last I heard, he went off to Aox. Hit it big. Some big investment.
Well, that is not why we're here.
Suit yourself.
We plan on going on a possibly extended mission. And, of course, provisions might become scarce.
Sounds dangerous. Juanita closes the box, puts it back on the shelf right where it was, and there's a little, like, fuck when she puts it down. So what are you looking for?
Well, my brother once said he read about a magical item called a Ring of Sustenance. Basically, you wear it and you don't have to eat or drink. Might you have anything like that in stock?
She goes and like gets on what looks like a laptop that is definitely not like a company laptop. It's got like stickers in the back of it's cracked. One of the stickers on the thing is Gorko and the Axe Grinders.
Wait, I'm not there. Shit.
There are phones. There are phones.
That's true.
We don't know what they're doing.
That's right. You did this. You did this to yourselves.
Yeah, I'm not live streaming our shopping episode.
Mm-hmm. There's always a shopping episode. I think we might have something on that. Hang on. And like goes in the back and like there's the sounds of like boxes being thrown about. One or two things seems to crash.
Why do I get the feeling an "oh no" is coming out of
Oh
that?
no! The whole store begins to fill with poison gas.
It was
Istana holds her breath.
She just leans out. Neither of you breathe, right?
And she comes back and looks like a little more bedraggled, if it's possible, and like sits another little box down, which seems like very similar in size and shape to the first box that she picked up. We do got one of them.
How much?
Street price is going $27.50. Little thing pops up over it, and it literally is like 2,750 gold.
My decimal point was in the wrong place. It's like 27 gold. I'll pay for that. Oh, that is unfortunately out of our price range.
I mean, might not be someday. And she kind of like wiggles her hands over at the box she picked up initially.
Oh, I never touched it.
No,
I
she
pointed
picked
at
up.
it.
She picked up initially.
Tatsu got a 14. That's smart enough to not
Smart
go.
enough. This is probably not a thing.
Out of curiosity, how much are the dice going for?
Considering what you'll get out of them eventually, I'd say you could probably walk away with that. About 100 gold. I'd let that slide for 100 gold. Plus, you guys are good.
Tatsu just kind of half turns around and just goes.
I wasn't thinking of buying it, darling.
Look what you need to mimic a fraction of my power.
I'd reckon it seems like a good way to wake up missing teeth or something with those dice.
Yeah, there's some exchange somewhere.
I think I remember this reading about this box. We don't want to fuck with it.
Oh no, I know you read the same stories I do.
Is it connected to a dragon sword?
No, not this time.
Not
Connected
this time.
to a bald thing with pins in its head.
Not this time. That's a different one.
Oh.
No, it
It
didn't
may or
fit
may
well
not be in
until you
the-
pull something out that might not bite you.
Is there anything else that might achieve the same thing the we're looking for? We're looking.
Good berry.
A druid, yeah, would be a thing. if we're talking in like an out of game terms, it basically a ring of sustenance just means you don't have to eat food.
In case your DM does a shopping trip episode.
I feel like this was our fault. We could have done this. We could have, in fact, done this.
Yep.
I don't think we get to call the DM out for this one. We had 4 weeks to shop.
It's still fun.
As a
I
player,
get to sell
it is
cursed
my
items.
right. Nay, it is my duty to blame the DM.
Do you have anything that might offer extra spell slots?
Olsen, you're in the room with me.
I'm gonna reply to the group text.
It's all good.
He looks at it and goes, "What the?"
I always respond to the group texts from the homies.
Group text or group text. Extra spell slots. That's kind not on hand right now.
That's eyes on Alton.
This is the best. I'm glad this is just going on. I'm glad this shows up for our viewers.
It's just Fee is with Alton, but she has no idea how she got into that goblin strip club. Over the comm, you just hear oonch, 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 oonch.
You know
In the
what?
book room.
Did this to myself.
Hold on.
I had so much
Actually-
prepped. I had so much prepped.
Tommy.
Can I make a? Can I make a stealth check to see if I can slip away from Fee unnoticed?
My
No, I'm just going to let it happen. I'm just going to let it happen.
No, but I have passive stats.
Roll off. Is it better than 18? No, it's definitely not better than 18.
No, there's no way I beat an 18.
Yeah.
Not even.
He gone.
Neat.
You promised.
Okay, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to go deal with. I'm not going to go deal with anything and dealing with Jean right now.
Oh,
Right
boy.
now,
Oh,
I heard that too.
look me in the lens.
Obviously, I wouldn't do anything right now. I promised I wouldn't.
Oh
right
dear.
now.
Okay, so is anyone buying anything else? Is there
It's true.
anything they're looking for? Is there anything we need to do before the show
I
gets
would-
boogieing?
No.
I guess not.
Should I get my grenade launcher? Group vote.
Probably, if we're going to be in a very hostile environment. We should
Is it your grenade launcher?
It will be once I buy it. We bonded, you son of a bitch.
So
You gonna go buy it off the
assuming
Sarge?
that she made
Yeah.
this offer because she is near somewhere she could buy, weapons and ammunitions.
Yep.
What does the grenade launcher cost?
So that's the fun part, because as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I've been able to tell in my my long research, grenade launchers don't exist in D&D, and I have to make this shit up.
Wouldn't me
Watch me
it be
visibly
like
age.
wouldn't it be somewhere between like a heavy crossbow and a longbow?
Except
Yeah.
it does splash damage and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I'm gonna say
just do a heavy or a light crossbow with explosive bolts.
it's going to be a heavy crossbow.
That's fine. I'm like what, 8 feet tall? I don't care.
I'm gonna say essentially. Here's how we're gonna do this, right? Okay. So the weapon itself is probably going to be the cost of a heavy crossbow.
The munitions are going to be bad.
Ammunition
50
is
gold.
going to be bad. So you said 50 gold because you found it already?
Heavy crossbows, 50 gold.
Yeah, it's 50 gold.
Here's the fun part. So basically what this thing is going to do is it is going to increase the range of the grenade to whatever a heavy crossbow's range is. So a lot further than the person could actually normally throw it. What this thing
Point at the
actually,
launcher.
what actually this thing, what the thing actually throws, however, is alchemist's fire. Which
You
means
sound like you'll regret having to do that.
I do, and each one, because you are in around a weapon dealer, we're gonna say it's the Dark Iron Armory again, just because it's there. Each grenade, as it were, at reduced cost, is about 38 gold a pop.
Come on.
A flask of alchemy is normally 50.
It's 50 gold normally, yeah.
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 What? Come
Yup.
on.
Alchemist.
Yeah, you're buying alchemical potions. Like, you
Yeah.
could buy probably like the equivalent of a frost potion if it were an explosive, and do the same thing. But you'd
Yep.
be looking at the cost of.
Can
Can I switch out the ammo with other types of grenade-like items?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It can shoot all kinds of explosives.
Then that's
Acid
more
flasks,
worth it.
Alchemist fire.
Okay, but could the base model be technically like a net launcher?
It could, I guess.
That'd be different. It'll launch
Because
as
a net
launcher.
technically grapples somebody, right?
Now,
Like,
The net launcher is
Alchemist
different than a
fire
grenade launcher.
and acid flasks are
Did you
potions.
say a nut launcher or a net launcher?
yeah,
Nets.
baby. Are you allergic to peanuts, bitch? Don't worry,
That-
I'll put my healing hands on you.
A launcher that really sounds like something for Alton.
Throw the halfling. Just saying.
The,
Throw the halfling.
So could I load a potion into it and then have ranged healing?
So that's the fun part. I have always. This is
You have
getting a
to
little
drink
bit
it,
off topic, but I've always joked that if you like walked over to someone with a potion of healing, like the cork in your hand, and you broke it over somebody's head, I joked that would heal them. It does not. It does not. I mean, if you wanted to be stupid like that, like ranged healing would have to be, you'd have to buy like a super
blow dart.
soaker, like a super soaker, and like they'd have to be like across the room with their mouth open like a drunk party. Like that's as close as I would get with it.
Well,
Oh,
aren't healing potions too like syringes in this? So you're
Oh,
They
yeah,
are.
shooting
You
them
could
with a
technically
needle.
have a blowgun
I'm
sort of
already
thing.
working on that.
You got a science man.
Herod just goes, healing potion. Dunk. Ow!
Ow! Ooh, thanks. My arm's not broken anymore.
But to be fair, since I now have an extendo hand,
So you get punched in the face and then you get.
Man,
the
you could
potion.
grab so many asses.
Go gadget healing arm.
If anyone else wasn't going to
Jet
make the,
slaves.
if anyone else wasn't going to make the Inspector Gadget references, I was going to. Yep, it got stuck in my head as soon as he did the like grabs the screwdriver thing. Like there it is. So, are we picking up the launcher? Is that being purchased?
I will, but if Fee's going to do it, she needs to like say something, or we'll have to.
Oh, good. Is it the-
Fee does not have the money on hand any longer to purchase you that with the other supplies that she has purchased.
And it looks like I'm
you.
heading to Sarge, and he'll
Oh,
give me
no.
a discount because
No.
everybody loves tattoo.
I'm gonna spoil that whole situation. A, Sarge isn't there. B, you have
You
decent-
bro- Sarge is what?
Sarge would probably fight you if you tried to take his baby from him. So you can buy one at a weapon shop.
And I challenge Sarge to win the gun.
No.
And
He's not
then
there.
Tatsu died.
And there's a whole montage of just like Tatsu's just on the ground and like Sarge is on one side and Sweeperbot is on the other and they're just punching his head. And then it just cuts to the rest of the group.
It's Bucky and Captain America from Civil War.
Does that mean I get laser gauntlets?
I've changed my entire thought process about Sweeperbot now, and things have changed. Thanks, Matt. Just in case.
You're welcome.
But no, you can buy one
Okay.
if you want to.
I guess I would head over to
In the interest of like saving time, I'm not gonna role play it. If you want to buy it, 50 gold for the launcher, which I will.
50 gold it is.
And it will be 38 per Alchemist's Fire. And I will put both of those things in your inventory. How many you buying?
Hold on.
Because I can just drag and
Believe.
drop things, which will make things much easier on everybody.
And you said they were 38?
38 per. Yep.
Could I ask for a bundle discount and get 2 for 33?
You're already getting a discount.
She's about to start charging you more money for insulting her.
Probably. Because it's there, I'm gonna say persuasion roll. You need to beat 17.
Need to beat a 15. Persuasion.
Tog, is a gold piece for 20 arrows, or is it per arrow?
That is a nat 20, so you get your bundle discount.
Motherfucker.
I don't get anything. I don't get a little bit extra for a nat 20.
And you get to shave off 10 gold for the launcher itself.
Sweet.
So you get it for 40. So where the fuck are you? You get crossbow, dragon.
Everybody loves Tatsu.
How do I shrink this? Doesn't matter.
And then we head back because I think Matt's getting a little bit antsy.
Crossbow.
Why would you think that?
That he's doing stuff.
Yeah, D&DB isn't helping me. It's just like 1 gold, 1 pound,
Yeah, that's
arrows.
because
I'm like,
people-
thanks.
People didn't actually put stuff in there. Technically, if you're buying ammo for people, we're going off of arrows or bolts, depending on what the gun is based off of.
Yeah, Alton said his was technically arrows.
Technically arrows, yes. So I think they're bundles of 50.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's easier for me to find. Fletcher Boyer. Arrows. It's a gold for 20 arrows. 20 arrows.
Me remembering things.
I have the tables open. I didn't remember shit. Don't give me credit.
No, I remembered that.
Oh, good. Good.
Well, we'll give you credit for having the tables open. That's important.
Alchemist Fire. So you bought 2 grenadiers? You got 2. Okay.
And then are we running encumbrance?
And depends on like your character sheets always run it.
Do
automatically.
Do you want to make this shopping trip take longer?
I'm not. No.
it's
Listen,
done
fuck your
automatically.
shopping trip. That's that.
okay.
That's
It's done automatically
That's
on
not what I mean.
Roll20, which is the good part.
okay.
So we're running the easier version of encumbrance, so you can't like carry a whole fucking like shit ton.
So what you're saying is it'll tell me if I'm overweight.
Yes, and also if you have equipment but you want to like leave it on the ship or something, there's a little check mark next to things. If you uncheck it, it is technically not on your person. So you can keep track of like things you actually have versus what you actually have with you.
It
Yeah, roll
tells
20.
you if you're overweight. That seems really rude.
The shopping
Okay.
episode.
So I was just checking whether or not I could actually carry my great axe and my chain scimitar at the same time. What are you going to cook for me?
That seems fun. Oh right, I forgot. I gave you a chainsword for some reason. Right, you killed a bandit lord. Nice. So, more preparations to do, or are we doing things?
No, I think that's good.
I think we're done. I'm out of gold.
Alton
Excellent.
snuck away for some mysterious
Yeah.
reason.
He's gonna get
Oh,
left
yeah.
behind.
Fantastic.
Which reminds me. So Fee sends out this group message, right? And she's like, okay, here's all the, okay, do you need this? Do we need that? And then Alton responds to the group message. She goes, Alton, I'm right. Motherfucker.
What did he do?
And then the follow-up in the message is, Alton's gone.
So,
Just all in caps, you see Tatsu's little head icon going, "Son of a bitch!"
it's very cyberpunk text bubbles popping up.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Alton sneak off to?
Funny you should ask that. So Alton snuck off to go talk to Eshka.
All right, go talk to Eshka. Do I have the front desk still easily accessible? I don't think I do, so we're just going to use this screen because that's easy. Eshka is just around. You go up to the front desk and you... where's the cookie thing? You met him so long ago, so it's all in order. There he is.
Good old Eshka. So desiccated.
Mm-hmm. Somehow keeps everything very orderly. So he kind of looks down at you and like tilts his head to the side and like, don't you have somewhere to be?
I do, but I might need a favor, Eshka.
Oh good, these are my favorite meetings. Please go on.
I love it.
So we're going to meet with some Hell Knights. We're not in trouble. We're actually going to help them. The part I
I'm
need from you.
glad that you knew that you need to explain that part to me.
I need you to check on a prisoner.
All right, who are we talking about?
Prisoner's name is Jean. I need you to see if you can get any information on if he's alive or...
I can tell you exactly what I know right now, and it'll save a lot of time. He was processed by the Crucible City police, and then he made some kind of deal and was released over to the Hell Knights, and I am not privy to any of their records. After that, there are no signs.
Let it go.
Although I will say, out of not Eshka, but in the conversation Builder had closer to the beginning of the episode, the Hell Knight did mention that Jim cracked and gave out a bunch of information about the people that he was working for. So you know that much, but you don't know any more than that. And it appears Eshka does not either.
Thank you, Ashka.
Anytime.
I guess I'll have to figure out on my own, even though I promised I wouldn't, save him or anything like that. I suppose asking for information would be harmless, right?
I'll be blunt with you, Mr. Goodbarrel. In my time, I have seen many adventurers that have questionable judgment. You will fit in very well here, he says and shuts his book.
Wow, that's subtle.
I suppose. Some things are worth asking about, and this is one of them.
I will not argue with you on this. Friends are friends. Those we are close to are those we are close to.
Oh, for 2 minutes.
I would also remind you that this one attempted to kill a lot of people on train.
I believe in second chances, Eshka, and whatever the Hell Knights did to Jean, I think he might deserve a second chance after that.
This interests me, your way of viewing things, for 2 reasons. Firstly, it almost makes me think that you should perhaps be introduced to the paladin branch of the guild. On the other hand, the person who is currently leading that branch of the guild used to be a Hell Knight. I think it would be an interesting conversation for me to watch.
It certainly would be an interesting conversation, but I'm afraid I don't quite have the time at the moment. Perhaps when we return, whatever mission we're going on, I'll meet with the paladin leader and see what insight he may have.
No,
they may have.
I don't think he has any insight. I just think you might have the heart of one, if you are inclined to go that way.
Never been much of one for the paladin lifestyle.
It depends, but that's research that you probably don't have time for.
Thank you, Ashka.
I'll, if you are going to lift off, I will send you a few pieces of information that you can read on your free time.
Thank you, Ashka. And Alton begins to walk back to the hangar bay and return to the ship.
Unless Fee, went straight back to the guild in the hangar bay after she fucking lost Alton, Alton might actually make it to the hangar bay before Fee. So, everybody, it's good. No, I could tell exactly what you said without the... so...
Couple of messages in there for you, Harambe.
Oh, good.
I see them. Let's see, just a few.
Just a few.
You've known that goblin for 30 minutes max.
Max.
I mean, that was combat time.
Less than 3 words were exchanged between you two, and he tried to kill you.
I'm just loving the way this arc is going. It's fantastic.
It's so good. I love it. No, it's brilliant. I just feel like it was very appropriate to be like, you can't marry a man you just met.
I can't believe I found. Stop! He's already dead.
Oh god.
Team gave information. I believe in second chances.
It's all good. That's an arc we can follow. So
I really like the idea of a multi-class paladin, on a redemption or sort of tilt here.
I'm also gonna say it as somebody who plays barbarians for a living. Paladins are fucking terrifying. Fucking terrifying.
Paladins are terrifying. The fact that he's willing to do this after knowing someone for 3 minutes worries me for someone he's known for any length of time.
You know what?
Length of time.
Just for
Think
the
about
fun.
how upset he must be about Stallone if he feels this way about a 3-minute man.
Oh, dude, Alton is tore up.
3 minute man. I
3
love
minute
it.
man. Well, Stallone's been longer than
Hey,
a
better than
3 minute
most
man.
men I've met, just saying.
So, the last thing I'll give you before you're heading back is
Just censor me, Matt. It's fine.
everybody's kind of heading back to the hangar bay and stuff. But Alton, when you get your the little message from Eshka that is just labeled paladins, before you really go in and read any of it, there's only one image attached, and the image that is attached is the current leader of the guild hall, which was rumored to be Builder only knows this, rumored to be Raytog's sparring partner. If it lets me do this to everybody. Yep. I gotta change this to all players. Save changes.
No regrets, Alton. No regrets.
No regrets.
Holy shit, he looks terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have words with him, and they're gonna be good words because I don't want to be on his bad side.
But yet you're willing to piss off an entire legion of him.
How many
said
words
anything
of yours have
about
been
anyone
that good this game, Alton? Really?
For the last 3 hours, Builder has been sitting in the cockpit, just
Please.
staring out the window.
Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry.
Are there little metal
Looking
like
at the-
finger things on the windshield? He just
I
wants
mean-
to go.
I mean, after Ron finished tinkering with the thing, he went down to the hangar. It's like,
Thanks, Mr.
There's
Wizard.
a
Builder and
small
Ron in
layer
the-
of dust
no
that started to build up on
Builder,
Builder.
a dull boy.
so it's just Builder and Haran in the ship just going.
I was like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? And it's just like looks for feet.
I don't know. Builder and Haran were probably talking about how to study the fucking thing.
That's fair.
He's like, do you think
On
Hisana
that.
would like this color of armor? And Elton's like,
So I actually have a full-blown question on that. Are you guys taking time to study this thing? But while you have a moment? Because we're approaching where our normal stop time is. But we could probably sneak that in.
No.
No? No?
No, we're not taking time to study. We're probably discussing
No,
how
that's-
to do it, but that's
Right.
about it.
Okay.
I would say that that's probably accurate. We would because it's securely stored
It's in its safe.
a room.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have brought it back onto the ship. So
Absolutely not.
we would be discussing aspects of that, but we don't need to RP it.
Okay. Well, everybody, I assume it's back on the ship.
Builder's finger has been.
Is anybody gonna
frozen
tell Fee
3
that
inches
Alton's
from
back?
the start engine button?
You see him
No,
walk
I don't-
in.
but
If
Fee
you're-
wasn't there. Fee was out looking. Fee was shopping. She was like, okay, I'm gonna get ammunition.
I lost the
for
baby.
Alton.
The dog ran
Hold
away.
him. I don't know where he is. And then he was just like, I'm going back to the guild by myself. And she's like, where is he? Did he go to buy ammo? Where would he go for ammo?
After
I'm
you
gonna
see-
argue. Here's one thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna argue that in akin to every other sci-fi video game that I've ever played, unless a person actively like turns off the setting to let like everyone can kind of have a little mini map of like generally where your teammates are, unless they choose to turn that off themselves.
Gotcha.
If Alton just wants to scoot around and be completely off the grid, they can disappear and be back on the grid at the flick of a button.
So
I absolutely did that then. I
Oh.
turned off where I was going.
Did you put it back when you were clearly
Yeah.
back at the ship? Okay.
Yeah.
okay, then yeah. Then as soon as he popped back up, he was like,
Motherfucker.
and we made our way home, or to the ship, I suppose.
All right.
She's like carrying all this gear on by herself now, and she's like, "Yeah, no, don't worry, I can carry 4 EVA suits."
Have them delivered like we did the rations.
Yep, you can.
You don't know that.
She comes with like there
It
are
was
like
2 each.
there are like workers like walking behind her in like a conga line. Or like at least one, or like droids with like forklifts and sort of. She's riding him like a forklift on the box back home.
And then
Onwards.
okay,
Yes,
so
okay.
then as soon as Fee gets back on, Ron will hand her the device. Let's turn that on to make sure that
Thing
it
works.
lines up properly.
Do the whole like.
Did you ever actually
yes,
share what the
Squidward.
thing really looks like? Because if you didn't, it is now time to do it. Yep. That.
Neat.
Decidedly high elf.
Valid. From Fee's perspective, what does this do? Does this change her experience of herself, or is she not aware?
You feel exactly the same until you look at a reflective surface.
Okay, but if I look at my hands, I'm still the same. I don't look different. It's only the reflection because that's what is corrupted.
No, you are essentially this guy's self on right now.
Oh, okay.
You look at your hands,
Gotcha.
and they are the hands of a high elf.
Cool. Okay.
Do a little fine tuning to make sure that everything lines up the way it's
Because
supposed
that
to.
was a pretty good fucking roll. It takes time, and it takes effort, and potentially multiple rolls. And if the thing is to be damaged, disguise self can fade. But unless something happens to that particular device, or you turn it off yourself, this will persist.
Okay. Awesome. Then Fee will, let him make his adjustments and then kind of like check it out and be like, "This is incredible, Alton. Harad, this is incredible.
I've been dealing with Alton so much.
I've been dealing with so much. Sorry, the child that I'd like to smack. No, is on my mind. Harad, this is incredible. It's perfect. Thank you."
Good. Wander away.
Builder gets the tingle that everybody's actually finally all on the ship at the same time. There isn't anybody else that wants to run off and do anything else, right? Is everybody here? Everybody good?
We did our things. We're a success.
Sorry, I thought I said I was going to take care of some personal business real quick, Fee.
Hatsu goes to buy one.
I'm leaving. We're going.
He begins to
It
step
just
off, and
closes
then
up.
the engines start to heat up.
It's like, one more thing.
Motherfuckers, let's go!
And he hits the button.
Nothing worse than a bored battle droid.
It gets bad. The hatch seals up. And you guys have your own fucking spaceship. Lifts off vertically and then takes straight off. And you guys, finally, after a great length of time in our science fiction game, have your own functioning starship.
I would like to point out that planning an extended vacation takes most people like at least a couple of hours of work.
And you were warned that you needed stuff. But
Here you guys go. 86 pounds of chili mac.
it's a lot.
I should have invested in booze for this excursion if all he's got is chili mac to eat.
No, he
I've
got
had
a
the
variety.
bars.
He got a variety. He got a variety. I'm joking.
I have some mushrooms.
You still have those. I
so
don't know
do
if
I.
those kept.
He dried them.
How long is the trip?
Did
Because
you?
those mushrooms might come in handy.
Depends who's doing the jump. Are we doing a jump or we flying the old-fashioned way?
I'm jumping. I'm jumping now. We're jumping.
Fantastic. Builder, since you were already sitting there, roll me.
I was gonna say, do you
Roll
want
me
to
a
pilot?
piloting check, and it might be important.
Can I
He's just.
help with this?
No.
14.
I mean, it's more than a 10, so we're probably semi-okay, maybe. I hope.
Excellent.
I really want to assist with this, though.
Cool.
Guess I'll die.
So
So
The
what's
jump is-
everybody's piloting, real quick, just to satisfy my curiosity?
some of them have it as a trained skill, some of them don't.
That was a question for everybody.
What?
Oh, sorry.
What's
what
everybody's piloting skill?
Oh, 6.
was 3?
Or
4.
I'm the pilot.
That's who sits down.
So,
Yeah, Haran's the pilot that doesn't fly.
Builder Builder punches in the coordinates for the place they're supposed to go. It was sent to you directly. And there's a brief shimmer around the ship. And this whole time I have not been preparing anything at all. And it goes from you guys are clearing space and going up to one of those hyperspace rings. It takes maybe 15 minutes to get to one of them. If anyone is looking at the back, they can see Cruciva getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And as soon as they go through the ring, you guys suddenly can't see it anymore. You're in a very, very different place. It looks very red and warm.
Right.
And you're moving at very, very great speeds. And it says you'll probably be at your destination in about an hour and a half.
Dear God, it's full of stars.
And that's probably where we're gonna end it for the night. Yay. This was fun.
We're so prepared for this mission that we don't even know what we're doing yet. Man. We probably should have gotten a suit for the person we're rescuing. That'll be fine. They can be in the escape pod.
Builder has a compartment.
We can just make out the whole time.
You gotta
Tess
make
asking
him
back and
really
forward.
tiny to fit in it, though.
Builder has compactors.
I'm sure Haran can cook up something.
We do have a smuggler's cabinet of sorts.
You do.
Yeah, but that's on the ship.
Yeah, but we also have enough beds for everybody, so.
You do? There's,
Well, three
there's a
of
little
us?
cabin, there's a whole little map. You
So I think
guys,
3 of us don't sleep.
you guys actually picked out a coloration that I had a map for, so you have a map to move around on the ship if you're bored.
Wow. Yeah, if you're bored, Matt, you could move around the ship a little.
That would require him to get away from the pilot's seat. Or more accurately, to relent the sheet.
I don't wanna.
Oh, you don't trust me?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
Less
End up
today
in
than I did
weird
yesterday,
goblin
Alton.
space.
Oh, and
Goblin space. What would that
Goblin
even look like? Hold on.
it's a whole dimension.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and if Tatsu finds out what you're planning, oof, oof, oof.
That's why he turned his location off.
Goblin space.
Fee wants to know your location. Happened.
Deny.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's this episode of D&D Galactic, because it's about time that we normally stop, and if we continued anymore, it'd be real long. Thank you for a shopping episode where I'm still way prepped ahead of time. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I feel
Shopping
partially
episodes
responsible for this.
Don't
Shopping
worry, I hope you
episodes
feel really pleased with the prep because we'll never stick to it.
I've played a game or two of Kisoga knows this. I played a game or two of Shadowrun. Usually those games involve about 2 solid hours of planning, and then when you finally get to the place, you just kick the door down and just run. What happens, happens.
I'm waiting for the part where somebody's like, "What's this button do?" and it jettisons all of the supplies out the back that they just spent 7 hours buying.
Oh, who are we kidding? It would either be Alton or Tatsu.
I was gonna say, if you would have rolled a 1 on that piloting check, maybe you would have found that button.
Alright, time to go hyperspace, you guys.
It really wouldn't be that much of a loss.
It was only chili mac. It wasn't that much of a loss.
It was a Friday night, from what I hear.
Right.
That is okay. So I didn't know what it was going to be before. This episode's title is going to be Chili Mag.
All of the food gets jettisoned, and Yasana and I look at each other like, "And what's the point? What's wrong?"
Right.
We'll be able to move at like 0.15 times faster now.
I feel like you should add a few zeros in front of the 1.5.
Yeah, 0.15 is a tempting number.
Yeah, hang on.
Maybe it's because I
Fee's
wanted
got
to
her own
tempt you.
How much faster would we go if we jettisoned Alton?
Oh.
We'd have a lot more booze by the end of it. That would be true. He wouldn't go through his booze supplies.
I kid, Bruce. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
All
I
right.
know it's a joke.
But yeah, I think this is it for D&D Galactic tonight. Thank you guys. I'm gonna do instead of going around the table and asking everybody who you are and where they can find you, I have a button for that, and there it is. Boom.
I don't exist. Don't perceive me.
So if you want to follow any of these wonderful people, here they are. Go follow them.
I will call the police.
What?
Follow him.
They've
If
already
they
been
follow him.
called.
Follow
Oh.
him.
I'll make it weird.
Any but thank you. Next week, same time, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same D&D time.
Same.
Same
Yeah, and then we can
D&D
organize the
channel.
ship. We'll clean up real well. Make
I
it
will
homely.
cut you all. I will jettison you all into space.
Hey,
I have a
I
bloodlust that
didn't do
needs to be
this.
sated.
So
No,
once
you're
whenever
fine.
the equivalent of Christmas comes around, can we decorate Builder?
You can certainly try.